been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
Number one in Washington, D.C., but all the pink-haired people throw up this sign, and I think, that means we're number one, right? I choose to take that.
Very professional. Class acts. Nothing like our number 1 and 2 representing the heart of America right here. Now, I'm not sure about you guys, but don't you find it just a little bit suspicious, a little bit odd, that on the same day that we have the president dropping an F-bomb is the same day that we have the vice president flipping the bird? I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Just like it's coincidental that both the Dawn and JD Vance have IMDb pages. While we also know about the Dawn having his own Hollywood star of fame right here, while at the same time being a member of the WWE Hall of Fame, which of course we know who's behind the WWE. For those who know, you know. And also at the same time yesterday, we had the actor himself, Joe Rogan, which of course we know he has his own IMDb page as a podcaster, writer, and actor, speaking on his podcast yesterday talking about politics and how it all seems fake and everyone's a character. Oh, you don't say? I wonder if they all came from Central Casting.
Central Casting. The Central Casting. Look at that guy. Central Casting. And these are Central Casting. If I'm doing a movie, I pick you, General. Central Casting. Very impressive. You're Central Casting.
Of course, Central Casting. C being the third letter of the alphabet, so CC equals 33. Sure likes to pop up a lot. Of course, with that being said, you may be asking, what's the big deal with this right here? Well, in my own personal opinion, I believe first and foremost that this right here is a sign spiritually of the decay here in America, where we have our leader, the President of the United States, dropping F-bombs. Again, I'm just your average dude. I'm not saying that I'm above that, but as the leader of the country, you should hold yourself to a higher standard. And then likewise, the second in command, the vice president, flipping the bird, it's just not a good look. And I think it's a thermometer, a gauge on the spiritual health of this nation. But now what I also think, again, in my own opinion, is that this right here had a psychological objective. Again, in my own opinion, I believe the psychological objective is to seem relatable to the everyday patriot, because it's pretty clear that they are revving up the war machine. They are trying to seem relatable to the younger, working, right, conservative men who are of fighting age, because they need to hype up the military morale and the patriotism to bring in more recruits.
Number one, we never ask you to go to war unless you absolutely have to.
Where we can see the military and war propaganda just soaring through the roof, just off the charts, where we have the Dawn posting this about a week ago or so. I am more confident than ever that in the days ahead, in every generation to come, the U.S. Army will heap glory upon glory. You will summon inexhaustible courage. You will protect every inch of U.S. soil, and you will defend America to the ends of the earth. Yeah, I'm not sure about you guys, but the kingdom that I belong to is not of this earth. And of course, as we saw right here, the U.S. had nothing to do with the attack on Iran, talking about June 13th. But if we are attacked in any way, shape, or form by Iran, the full strength and might of the U.S. armed forces will come down on you at levels never seen before. And of course, yesterday, the same day where he dropped the F-bomb and the vice president is flipping the bird, we had him posting this to his Truth Social account, where it is a music video of the B-2 bombers with the song Bomb Bomb Iran. Well, isn't that lovely? And of course, at the same time, a couple weeks ago, we saw him at Fort Bragg trying to just pump up the morale with the military, while also sowing division within the country with the left-right false paradigm, talking about the Biden administration and how horrible they were, right? It's all part of that Hegelian dialectic, the problem, reaction, solution. Well, also a couple days after this whole Fort Bragg situation, he held the whole parade on his birthday, June 14th, which pretty much looked like a Army recruitment expo. And of course, with this speech right here, with him flipping the bird, he was just sowing more division within the country with that false left-right paradigm. So of course, in my own personal opinion, the agenda seems pretty clear to me. The narrative is set. They are trying to rev up the war machine. They are trying to bring up patriotism, make people feel relatable to the president and the vice president, that they are just good old boys, right? That they're just like you and I. They speak how we speak. So again, just bringing up this morale in America to get ready to go to war. Now we just need to wait and see for something to trigger the whole patriotism, just like in 2001, to get everybody ready to go to war. That again is in my own personal opinion. I am just trying to just pick up what's being laid down, the narrative, the rhetoric, what they are building, the bigger picture, right? Trying to look at the bigger perspective. But now, as believers, we know that we are not of this world. Our citizenship is in heaven. So continue to focus your eyes upon the Lord, taking a step back to look at the bigger picture, realizing that we do not wrestle with flesh and blood, but against principalities in the heavenly realm, and that we are really in a crazy psychological war, that they are trying to just steal your attention, trying to steal your mind, trying to fill you with different emotions, fear, anxiety, and stress, depression. So we just need to continue to focus upon the Lord, realizing that this warfare is insane, that we are being controlled by algorithms and different types of just psychological operations that are really trying to gain your attention and to pull you away from the Lord, making you forget your identity in Christ. So remember who you are in Christ, a soldier of the Most High, a child of God. Keep your eyes on Him, guys. I love you all so much. God bless. Remember, the just shall live by faith.